muckers. Whoa, long time no speak. Now, I did record when Scotty come over a few months ago now. He's supplying me all the pipe work and that for me, and all the fittings, all the electrics and that for me. Filter upgrade. I did record some of the footage, but I seem to have lost it. So, But anyway, I'll try and find it. If not, then this will be the beginning of this video. But anyway, what have we got so far? Bit higgledy-pickledy here at the minute. Basically, we've got... I'll spin you around a bit better. So yeah, basically, we've got... I've got everything in the way here now, look. Dump that back in there a minute. Right. So, yeah, Scotty's supplied all the pressure pipe here and all the fittings. I did record all this in the last video clip, but it's been a couple months now. We haven't got it finished simply because I'm flat out busy at work, hence why you've not seen much of me lately. And Scotty is even busier. You know, that bloke just doesn't stop. So, yeah. But anyway, here I am, back in here. We're going to do a bit more. Now, had these turn up today. These haven't come from Scott. These are what I won on an eBay auction. So, £5 a piece with free postage. Well, I weren't going to argue at that, even if I just kept hold of them for spare. You know, so... But yeah, so this is a plan today. I'm going to get these rigged up, all this glued in, and I can get that bottom line then in running, because all that needs to finish that is one of them. Okay, which means I can get the filter running. It's winter now, so I'm not going to need too much of that going on, that UV there. So, and what I'm hoping is to get the bottom line running, which bypasses the UV, etc., in the shower and that. So what I'm hoping to do is get the bottom line running and the filter running. Once that's up and running and I'm happy with it, then I can transfer the media from the shower into my spare bay. So it'll be submerged over the winter. I can take the shower down and then I can finish this line when I'm ready and when Scotty's ready, like when we're both available. And then we can get the main electric box and everything all wired in again when we're both available. But for now I'm just going to run it, because all I'm going to run on there will be the pump. So for now I'm going to take an extension lead from the shed in through here just to run the pump, and that's the plan. So because that's all that's going to be on it, it's just the pump. Oh, and one air pump, so for the bottom drain. Everything else will be in here ready and waiting, submerged, still kept as live as possible, and yeah, happy days. So anyway, I'm going to crack on, do a bit of measuring, cutting and mucking about, and go from there. God, another bloody eBay bargain. Look at this, right? Obviously my old dinosaur scope there. Great bit of kit. But now it's been replaced with a big brother. Look at that. This is a beast, that is. Can't remember how much I paid for that, but it was next to nothing again. I'll have to have a look on my eBay, let you know later. But yeah, anyway, right, I'm going to crack on. Get this all dry fit. Ready to go. And then I can, like I say, glue it up once I'm happy with it. And then we've just got the top line then to finish off when both me and Scott are available. So, happy days. Right, I'll catch you in a bit. Right, so, a bit of pickling about. I couldn't do what I wanted to do originally. Originally, I wanted this bottom line just going straight through. Bosh, straight back into the pond. But it turns out I've had to put 290s on it to bend it. Here, with this upright here, right, there's going to be another one on the other side, which will be in line with the post on the pond. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. And then that way I'm going to board it up like this, and paint it so it's all enclosed. So yeah, I've had to come out round it. I didn't even think about it before when I originally wanted to go straight through. But, well, let's have a look. Whoa, mind up, cat. Ooh. I'll show you. So yeah, it comes out there. So now where I've put the bends in, it's actually in line with the pond, where before this pipe was going straight down the back there. The shed is actually a little bit further back than the back of the pond there. So yeah, basically there's going to be another piece of wood come down through there, and then I'm going to have it boarded out like this on the back, and then the shower up against it. So I hope you can make sense of that kind of thing. You see what I mean? So yeah, but still, we've overcome it. Shouldn't be too bad. Now I'll have a 90 on there going down. This one's going to actually be a below surface feed back into the pond, so I've got a bit of flow under the surface during the winter. Yeah, basically. So next thing is to get this shut down. Well, once I've got the pipes glued up, let's go back in. So once I've got the bottom run there glued up, I can fill this filter up. Once all this is glued in, I can fill this filter up, and then what I'm going to do is soak all my media for 24 hours in PP, and then I'm going to divert, obviously, that waste. I'm going to use that as wastewater. That'll divert through the pipework then, just to clean out all the insides of the pipework. I'll connect my hose to that inlet back onto the pond, and then it goes straight into the drain instead of into the pond. So yeah, that's that bottom run done. Just got to glue it up, and then I can get it running, which will be tomorrow's job. At the same time, I'll fill this filter up with all my media and everything, and I'll soak it in PP. In the meantime, before I do that, I've got to put together my airline. I'm having the hard airline, the 15mm, that stuff. So I've got to set that up ready. Although the air pump won't be on it, obviously my air stone will be in the bottom, and it'll all be piped up ready. I'm not mucking about with all the media then, trying to get it fitted and making it work. So yeah, we're getting there. I reckon we'll have it running fairly soon, within the next day or two. But for tonight, it's getting a bit dark in here now. Obviously I haven't got my light rigged up yet. So for tonight, I'm going to go in and have a bit of dinner, get ready for work, and get back on it tomorrow. So I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Cheers. Before I go, I'll let you see the gang. I don't suppose you'll see them for a little while, because I haven't done a video for a little while. But yeah, they're all doing really well. Obviously we're back right off on the feed now. Temperatures are, mind you, I've been holding between 13 and 14 degrees this last week. But the nights is cold now, so obviously I'm not feeding as heavy, and I've backed off a bit. I've come down to a lower protein food. So, but yeah, a few of these will be moved on next year. 2 of them, oh, I nearly let that slip then. They're one of them is definitely going up to Vince. He's going to see what he can do with it. I've had her now for 2 years, and it's my Suri there, my Deutsch Suri. The Sumi's still not popped through on her yet. She's nearly there, but I'm just getting impatient with her, I think. So I'm going to pass her on up to Vincent out there and see what he can do with her. See if he can get it. You can see it there under the surface of her skin, just trying to come through. But like I say, I'll get a bit impatient with her. So she's going to take a trip up to Basingstoke and live up there for a little bit, see what Vince can do with her, see if he can get that Sumi to pop out on her. But other than that, yeah, no, really happy. There's a couple of them being moved on by next year. I've got a few plans. There's some new fish coming and etc. So happy days. Anyway, I'll leave it there for tonight, and I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Cheers, muckers. Where you going? It's next morning and I'm back. Oh, the craziness in it, eh? Anyway, right, what am I doing today? I'm going to glue up the bottom run. I might even do a bit of gluing up on the top run because I'm quite happy with what I've done there. I'll spin your ring. Right, it's got dark in here now, look. There you go, that's better. Alright there. We've got a parcel turn up. I'll go see what that is in a minute. Right, so I've got to take all of this apart now and glue it all up. I'm happy with this. Now, glue it all the way up. I can get that bottom line running then. I'll wait for Scott to come back another time, some more bits, and finish the top run. Not too bad this time of year. I can shut the shower down, so I don't really need the top run at the minute. So yeah, happy days. But little trick: use a Sharpie so I can mark the pipe work exactly where it should be, and then take it all apart, match it all up when I glue it, and then it should all go back the same. That's the theoretics behind it, anyway. Theoretics, is that even a word? God knows. Alright, I'm going to crack on with that. I'll catch you in a bit. Well, that's my parcel. A few bits from the airline. Happy days. So I can get that done today as well, hopefully. Yep, spot on. Perfect. Right, so that's the downpipe from the filter to the pump off. Now, obviously, these, when they're loose, you can move them about anyway, but it's these joints here that you need to be marking. These have to be put back exactly right. So a little mark there, and a little mark there. Line them up nicely and you won't go wrong. They'll fit straight back onto your pump in the right shape then. So yeah, happy days. Yeah, I don't need to do any more because that'll go on however. So spot on. Same with this one. This one is from the top of the pump, goes back up into the pond. Again, these ones don't matter with the union on there. You just unscrew the union and put it in the position that you need it. So yeah, again with this one though, all cack-handed here, look. Mark it up exactly where I need it, and that'll go back in the same position then as I need it. Happy days. Right, that's all that glued in. It's all plumbed in now, all ready to go, all tightened up, all glued. I've glued all the top here. I haven't glued this bit here just in case, because we'll be working on this stretch here just in case I need to take this piece out to do whatever with. But the plan here is, because it's got to come out like the joint here has to on 290s, the plan here is to have a 90 there going up to the height of the shower, and then it'll be 90 90 through the hole, through a hole there. So yeah, but that's gonna have to wait until Scotty's got time, until I've got time. Scotty's got time to bring the bits over, like, you know. This here is been drying out. I pulled it apart and bloody dropped it in the filter, so I'm not going to glue it yet. I'm going to wait for it to dry. I've dried it as much as I can, but obviously you don't want any sort of damp in there at all. So I'm going to give that half an hour out in the wind there to dry off, and then I'll glue that up. Then I'm going to leave it then for 24 hours. In the meantime, I'm going to do my airline. I'm going to get that in place, both my airlines, and then I'm going to fill the put all the media in, and a load of PP, potassium permanganate, that's right, just to kill off any bugs in any of the media. A bag of that is brand new, but a bag of that is second hand, courtesy of Vince from Twisted Koi. Thank you, Vince, you're an absolute angel. go and check his channel out, and I'll put a link in the bottom here. So that's if you don't know him already. If you don't know him, well, I don't know where you've been hiding. He's been on the he's been on here. He's pretty bloody well known. But anyway, I'm burbling on now. So yeah, happy with that so far. Bit further on, a bit of progress. Like I said earlier in the video, just for now, I'm going to run an extension lead in from the shed. I'm only going to be running an air pump and my filter, so that'll see me through until Scott's got time to come and do the electrics. I'm not touching that. I am completely useless with electrics, so that will be left down to Scott. So yeah, for the rest of it, I mean, the plumbing and that, I'm happy to get on with, as you can see. So happy days. Right, I'll catch you in a bit. As I said earlier, I am using 15mm plastic pipe for speed fit pipe, I believe. I don't know anything about this, to be fair. I've just seen it on a few videos around. Vince included, he's got all this plastic piping for his airlines. And I just like it, so I thought, well, I'll give it a go. All of this, I've been a lucky boy. I've made some good friends on here. Obviously, me and Scott were friends anyway. But meeting up with people and everything like that. All of this airline, all of this plastic piping for the airline, all the fittings, apart from this piece here, all of this has been supplied by Steve down at POPSEYS Koi, the Devonshire Donut. Cheers, Steve, you're an absolute star. He's also supplied me with some 10mm, which will be used obviously to go from the 15mm down onto my airstones. So yeah, massive thank you to Steve at POPSEYS Koi for that. Again, I'll put a link in the bottom here somewhere in the description. Go and check him out. He's got some modifications coming up on his pond, which is going to be quite interesting. But I'll leave it. Go and check him out. I'll leave him to tell you everything that's going on there. Go and check his videos out. Anyway, right, I'm going to crack on. I've got to fit this T-piece in here somewhere. I've got another one of these taps that go on the other side with a bend. That's that. And then the plan is another piece of 15mm from the top of there, from my shelf, down through, ready for the air pump to sit up there, and it can be connected then that way. So, wish me luck, because like I say, I ain't got a clue what I'm doing with this. I have noticed as well on YouTube there isn't any how-to videos on doing this, so I mean, I'm not going to do it in case I cock it up, which is likely to happen. But if some of you more experienced guys out there that has actually used all of this would like to do a how-to video on this sort of pipe work for your airlines, it won't go amiss, because I've searched everywhere all over YouTube and I can't find one anywhere. So anyway, with that, I'm jabbering on again. Let's crack on. I'll catch you in a bit. Right, that's the 2 airstones in. Like I say, I don't know if that's right or what. I couldn't figure out how to put the hose onto the actual airstones because, well, it's all too big. But yeah, thick moment over. You need a bit of rubber to join it up. Now I'm assuming that's the same with the air pump itself. So yeah, that's that in. Just gotta, these are taps here, so I'll be able to control them, what flow goes to what. Just a straight piece now to go up through there, up through the back of that shelf and into the air pump when it gets put up there. So yeah, happy days. Like I said, I'd like to thank Stevie down at POPSEYS Koi for the airline. Cheers for that, mucker. Now I hope I've done it right. We'll find out, I suppose, when I turn the air on. If it all pours out everywhere else apart from in there, then I know I've done it wrong. Oh dear. Right, let's crack on. Right, so the plan now, I've got the airline in. Obviously I've got to put the air pump up there now, and hopefully that all works well. Fine and dandy. So I'm going to fill the filter up now, with just water. I'm going to put an air pump up there then, and plug it in. I'll go running and get a new extension lead. But yeah, I'm gonna put the air pump up there. I'm gonna check out the water, the air, make sure the airline's working properly and everything. And then if it is, then I'm gonna fill it up with PP, like add PP to the water, and then I'm gonna add my media. And I'm gonna leave that then overnight. And hopefully, all being well, we can drain the PP water out, open the gate up on that, fill it up with pond water tomorrow. Happy days, it'll be running. That's the plan. Alright, catch you in a bit. Oh, there we go. Got it temporarily rigged up there. I'm surprised at that. I would have thought that would have, you know, doing it like this, you'd have air leaks and that, but no, nothing at all. Just the horrible vibration from the thing on there. But yeah, it's getting dark in here now, as you can see, so I was a bit late coming back from the town with an extension lead. But yeah, happy with that. That's going to turn the media over quite nicely, I think. So yeah, I'm going to put some media in there now. Excuse me. And then I'm going to see how it turns over, and then I'm going to soak the whole lot with PP. And then tomorrow I shall drain it out, rinse it through, and then get the pump running. Happy days. Alright, catch you in a bit. Alright, so at the moment, this is micro K1, and that's K1 Plus, I believe. That's the even smaller stuff. Micro K1. And then micro K1. So at the moment, obviously it's all new K1, so it doesn't sync. It's all new media, obviously, so it doesn't sync. But I'm going to put a load of PP in there, and that should help it. But it's just a case of waiting, I think. It's just seeing what happens in time. I mean, I think it's powerful enough to turn it. So there'll be about 10 litres of each. Here's around about 10 litres. Basically one whole bag of them each. I can always take it out if I need to. So, a bit of trial and error now, I think. Right, I'm going to get some PP in here, so it gives it a good clean up, and then we'll go from there. Alright, well there we go. So that's the K1 in there, soaking in the PP. I put PP throughout all these bays. Need to order some more PP now. Nice strong dose anyway, but yeah. Obviously that's moving a lot better because it's smaller, it's not so hard to move, but the air stones are giving out the same amount of air. About 10 litres in each bay. Might be a bit too much, but we shall find out once we get the pump running and that properly. I can always take some out. It's just like I say, trial and error. Taking it out, adding it in, mixing it up. You know, see how we get on. But I may have a bigger air pump coming for it soon anyway, so that'll help as well. But yeah, happy with that. That's working spot on. So probably happy with that. Right, muckers. Right. Next morning, what are we doing today? We are going to drain the PP, rinse the media, hopefully shut the shower down if I can get that outlet, that new filter running today, hopefully. So that'll be bang on. Do a water change while I'm at it. It's a bit of a mess in there, but everybody's looking good. It's got that funny smell to it again. Fancy. Don't know. Glad when I get this filtration sorted, to be fair. Lettuce from yesterday is in there. Ow, that's my head. 15.8 today though, look. Happy days. Not sure that is, so I can go down there for a minute. I'll take that in a bit. But yeah, they're all looking good and happy. Healthy. Water looks rubbish. Like I say, we'll do a water change today. As well as getting that new filter running. So, right, let's crack on. Catch you in a bit. So, yeah, we've been soaking in PP overnight. Bit of gunk come off of this. This is from Vince, this micro stuff. It's second hand, although it didn't look as if it's been used a lot. There is a little bit of gunk that's come off it. This here is obviously brand new, so there's no gunk come off of this lot at all. But yeah, happy days. It's all been soaking in PP now anyway, so I'm going to drain the PP and then I'm going to give it a rinse it all off. And then we're going to open the gate, fill the filter up to its proper level, whilst doing a water change at the same time. But I'm only going to do my brushes, my pads that are in under the brushes, and my vortex today, and then hopefully we can get this bottom line running. Fingers crossed, as they say. Right, I'm going to crack on and I'll catch you in a bit. So much easier now I've got my waste all rigged up together, straight out into the drain. So much easier. Don't know why I went on so long with running it out onto the garden and flooding the garden, doing one bay at a time. Now I can do all my bays at the same time if I wanted to. So much better. Happy days. Right, let that drain down, give it all a rinse, empty these, again give it a rinse and go from there. Right, so that's that all rinsed, drained out and rinsed out. So now I've got to close all the taps off, shut down all that out there, so shut my pump and that down, turn the ball valves. I'm not taking any of it down just yet. I want to make sure that this is running properly first. So yeah, I'm going to get this running, and if this is running right, then I can keep those ball valves closed off, take everything apart, bring all the media in here and get this in here running properly. So happy days. Right, I'm going to crack on with that and I'll catch you in a bit. Well, that'll flow into there now. Oh, there goes the airlock. Spot on. Still a bit of PP in there by the looks of it. It ain't much, I've rinsed it quite a bit, so it ain't going to be a hell of a lot in there. It looks like now we're coming up to where the pond water depth is going to struggle to keep up now. I don't think we'll get this fill on the first fill. I think we need to top up a bit. Yeah, we need to top that up. Right, I'm going to get the pond in top-up mode, so to speak, and I'll get back to you when we're completely full. Catch you in a bit. Right, well, we've run into a slight problem. Not too bad a problem. The good thing is there's not water everywhere, so that's the main thing. But still, it is a problem. These little tiny ones that I had from Vincent, top man, down at Twisted Koi, they're too small. They keep going down. They keep getting through this mesh here. Oh, hang on, turn you around. So yeah, I've had to empty that bay now. That smaller stuff just kept getting through the grids. It only goes through at a certain angle, but it seemed to be bloody finding it. So, but I got loads of this anyway. And I've spoken to Vince. He's going to have it back. So, happy days. It won't be going to waste. It'll be going back up to Vince, and he's going to swap it out with some more K1 for me. He's a good lad, isn't he? Eh? So, yeah. Happy days. Anyway, right. I am nearly full now. So we're going to have a look and get it running in a minute. But for now, I need the rubber 90 off my shower to go on the end of this outlet out there. So I'm going to take that off and give it a whirl in a minute. So, right, happy days. Before I do that, actually, I'm going to do my brushes and my foams and my vortex. So, right, I'll crack on with that and I'll catch you guys in a bit. So, that's the 90, the rubber boot. That's only temporary. It's come off of the shower up there. Yeah, so it's only temporary for now, just as I can get this filter running. But I've got to wait to top up a bit now. Basically hit it all at once with water change, new filter, everything. I'm not taking none of this gubbins out just yet, or the old pump which is down there. I'm going to hold on until I've got this running properly for a few days, and then I can cut that pipe work out of there, take the pump out, and yeah, go from there. So just need to make sure that everything's up and running properly first. I know this is all good here, so if I need to stretch back, so to speak, if there's any leaks or anything that I need to get onto, then I can. So, but yeah, everybody's happy at the minute. They're all looking good at the minute as well. So, happy days. Right, I'll get back to you when it's all up and running. I'm just waiting for the top up now. So, happy days. Right, I'll catch you in a bit. Just got the air pump going in there now. Keep that. I put some of the older stuff in there, the already mature stuff, so keep that running, keep that going, keep it live, so to speak. Definitely need a bigger air pump. Definitely do. So there's something else I need to get on top of. Get a bigger air pump, get a bit more air flowing through these. They're doing alright, but not all of it's turning, like, you know. But mind you, there's not as much water as there would be usually. We'll see what it's like when it's filled up. So, anyway, right, catch you in a bit. We're nearly high enough to fire up the filter, fire up the pump. A couple more inches, that'll be ready. I almost forgot. Put my fine mesh bag over the outlet, simply because obviously the how I've been cutting and gluing and stuff, there's going to be a little bit of debris inside these pipes, so that will help catch it then, obviously, before it goes into the pond. So yeah, just a little tip for you whenever you do any pipe work before you return back to the pond. You'll always have something in those pipes, debris wise, so you don't really want it in the pond. It's small enough for the fish to pick up, etc. So yeah, little mesh bag or a filter sock or something like that, just for a little while when you first turn on. And one thing I have forgot is I needed a little bit of extra mesh there, or grid, whatever you want to call it. I'm hoping I'll be able to control the level with the pump anyway, but Yeah, I've lost a couple of bits in between there. That was when I was putting it in, I think. But yeah, it's turning quite nicely. Obviously, the more the white, the brand new media matures, the less buoyant it becomes. So then all these dead spots will move on. But I've got some more mature media to put in there out of my biofilter. So, but we'll see. Yeah, it's looking good though. But we're almost at the level. Like I say, not far off now. And we'll get it flowing. So far it seems to be dry down there. I have got a small tiny little leak coming out of that union there for some strange reason. I don't know why. I've had it apart and reset the seal, tightened it up even more, and yeah, it's just a tiny little drip, but it might be one of those small leaks that heal themselves, like, you know. You very often find that. So yeah, happy days. So not far off now, and I'll get back to you. Catch you in a bit. Well, here we go. We're running. We are running, absolutely fine. There's a screw in the top there. I had to put that in because there was air trapped at the top there, and the pump was just sucking the air. It wasn't drawing the water through. So yeah, I put a hole in there, put a screw in there just to sort it out for now. I will get a tyre valve for a bike, like a bike tyre valve, and put over that so then I can release the air normally. Bit of condensation dripping down, that's obviously, well, not condensation, it's how this is all bubbling away. So that's something I need to think about trying to overcome. But other than that, yeah, everything is running spot on. The union has stopped leaking or weeping, so that's all dry down there now. Happy days. But we're only running 25 watts at the minute, so we're on its minimum at the moment. But if I take you out there, I mean, that's drawing some water through there, mind, because that's spinning pretty fast, that vortex. So I'll take you out here a minute and have a look. Buster there, look. Always looks so pissed off, it dog, do. So, right, I can take my bag off of there now. This has been running for about half an hour like this. I wanted to make sure it was all good before I showed you guys. So theoretically, this can come off now. But all that crap, all that debris from out those pipes that it's picked up, that would have all went back into the pond, look. All that. Well, these are a great idea, always worth having these when you are mucking about with any pipe work. Then you can capture debris that's in the pipes, like, you know. So yeah, happy with that. That's coming out at a fair rate, you know. So when I get the shower back on and get the top line up and running, should be able to pull some water through there quite nicely. So I haven't tested it yet on a higher speed. Mind up, Bo? Oh, this is the new addition to the family. Boo-boo! Hello. This is Bo, or Little Bo, as her full name is. Little cockapoo pup. She's what, 17 weeks old? Yeah, 17 weeks now. So yeah, she's a little shitbag, little bugger she is. Right, let's whack her up a bit then. We're at 50%. Make sure she's still pulling the water through fast enough. Obviously, I'm guessing the level would need, as long as the water's above this pipe that goes across here, I should always have enough water going to the pump. I'll try it flat out in a minute and see what sort of results we get from that. Proper coming round in there now. It's funny because the other pump I've got is the newer version, is the older version to the one I've just installed on here. And this pump just, it seems to have a lot more tolerance in it, if you know what I mean. I just got a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot more settings on it, so to speak. So that's at 75%. Now we're just showing the top of the pipe here, look. So doesn't sound like it's pulling air at any time. Well, I don't suppose it would, because it is primed, isn't it? So well, that's only running at 60 watts, look. 61 watts. So yeah, I'm probably chuffed with it at the moment. Everything seems to be working absolutely fine. Bit of a build up here, but again, like I say, once this matures, we'll be fine. Once it matures up, it's not holding the water flow back or anything, so that's the main thing. So yeah, I'm chuffed with that. Proper chuffed with that. Obviously with these multi-bays there's always a fine medium in there. You know, the sweet spot, so to speak. Just pop out and see. Well, that's a bit faster. Just pop out and make sure that I've still got enough coming out and it's not sucking air. Oh god, no. Look at that. That's flying out of there. Yeah, that's flying out of there. So I think I've been toying with the idea of putting a blade on my... Yeah, I need to go and cook the dinner as well, yes. But I've been toying with the idea of, instead of having that pipe back in, having it on the edge here and having a blade going on it. I think with the rate I'm getting there, that should be fine. I should be able to push some water over that nicely. So yeah, I don't see that being an issue. If it does, then at the end of the day I can always pull from the bottom. All I've got to do is put a bulkhead in the bottom there somewhere, obviously connect the pump up like that. But no, I'm happy with that at the minute. That's doing absolutely fine. I'm going to put the shower media in. Well, I'm going to run it tonight. I'll be running for 24 hours as it is then. Let's slow it up. I don't need to be pulling through that fast. Put it down to about 30-40%. What was I saying? Yeah, I've lost myself now. Look. Yeah, so worst comes to worst, if I do need to get more power out of it and it doesn't pull through that pipe like that, then I should theoretically be able to pull from the bottom. But I'm going to empty my shower media in here tomorrow and keep that in here, and then I can move the shower out the way. I can then finish that back paneling through there, and then it's just a matter of rigging this up at a later date. And then later on, I mean, there's no rush to put the shower up. Later on I can put the shower up and go from there. But I think, yeah, I might blade it back into the pond from the shower. Modify my shower and put a blade in there. So, but yeah, no, happy days, happy with that. So we've finally got the new filter running. So next year it'll be a lot easier. I'll have a load more bio now, look. So massive amounts of bio in here now. So theoretically next year I can plumb more and more food in. It done well this year, mind. So yeah, happy days. Right, I'm being shouted at. The boy's calling me, so I shall get back to you in a bit. Cheers. Right, that'll do for tonight. It's starting to get dark in here now. But one thing I would like you guys to comment on and give me some tips on if you want. All this here, how it's obviously splashing out. bubbling away there. All you guys that have got these moving beds indoors, you know, I'd like to keep this as dry as possible, really. So yeah, any tips on that? I mean, I'm thinking about building some plastic lids maybe to go on there. But yeah, no, any tips or advice that any of you've got for that sort of thing, yeah, hit me up in the comments if you can. Left that on there for when I glued it. Didn't want to drip the glue into the filter, obviously. So, but yeah, no, happy with that. Got that running. I've put some bio balls in there now. Some of that. So, yeah, that's it. We're up and running. Finally, we just got to finish off when Scotty and myself have got more time. Come and do the electrics properly, and then we can get the top line then finished off and running. So, alright, so all that's left to do now tonight, I know I wasn't going to do it tonight, I was going to leave it overnight, but I don't want any bacteria that is on there to die off. So now the shower's not running, I'm going to put all the shower media in here until the shower gets running again. At least that way, whatever bacteria is on there, it will keep live. So that's the next job for tonight. Other than that, I'll spin you around. So yeah, that's that. And yeah, ideal. Anyway, right, massive shout out to Scotty for supplying me with all the Stevie down at POPSEYS Koi, supplying me all the air line and all the fittings. That's proper job, buddy, proper job. Massive shout out for Scotty, obviously, supplying me with all the pipe work and the electrics, and his time. That's again proper job, cracking job, mate. Appreciate it, really do appreciate it. He's been a fantastic job, he has. So far, so good. Just need to get it finished now, but like I said, it's both of us having time. That's the problem. And obviously Vince for helping me out and supplying me with the K1. Even though I'm not using it, he still deserves a shout out. But still, we are going to be swapping it about. I think he's going to supply me with some bigger stuff. Some of this K1 that he's got. So we're swapping it out. But yeah, other than that, guys, thank you to you guys for your support. Massive shout out to you all, new and old. Yeah, and I appreciate the support you lot give me on this channel. I know I haven't been around for a few weeks, but I've just been so busy. But anyway, other than that, take it easy, look after yourselves. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, muckers.